Okay, it's super late and I shouldn't be doing a video, but I'm going to do one anyhow. I got preoccupied as per usual doing other things. And I just dropped my keys on the ground. But anyway, we're going to do this thing. So, hopefully this takes no time at all. I picked this up recently. It's a STEM toy, so it's meant to encourage people to be interested in science and stuff. I don't really know if it's going to do that. So this is from the Smithsonian. I've never been there. And I did not buy this brand new. It should open up pretty easy, but it is essentially brand new. I think I'd be kind of put out having had a look at it. It's a bit stuck in the box. I don't remember it being that hard to take out. Okay, there we go. That bit came out, and there's this. So this is the entire thing, and this is a picture of a dinosaur's bones, not the dinosaur themselves, because they're no longer around. They left and went on a holiday and never came back, which is a bit sad. So I'm going to leave that just there so that you can see just how sciencey this is. So this is all we have to do. There's two parts, and when we finish doing this, I assume we will know a lot about dinosaurs. That's the only thing, the only conclusion that I can come to from this. Oh, look at this. Warning, there's a choking hazard. That's good. So what age is this actually aimed at? 8+. So I guess it does kind of encourage you to do dinosaurs, like dinosaurs, but everybody likes dinosaurs. Like, it's very hard to find people who don't have some sort of, like, you know, vague interest at some point in their life in dinosaurs. So I don't know if you really need. Let's just do the picture. We need this thing here. And I'm looking for a bit with it. Here we go. It's this bit here. So this has got the round thing. I don't think that's exactly what dinosaurs had in their heads or in their necks. But then again, I'm not a dinosaur expert, and I'm going to have to say this several times. So how do these things fit together? This looks actually kind of fiddly. So alright, there's little hole things here. They go like this. So there's little tiny holes in. They're not that tiny. They're at least 1 millimeter or so across, so I think I have to hold that like this, and then get the other one, which I should have had nearby, and then it looks like it's gonna, actually I'm gonna kind of start putting, no, that's not gonna work. None of these ideas are going to work. Alright, that's probably the best way. And then get this thing at just the last minute. In fact, I think you could probably put the mouth bit, the jaw bit in after you've clipped the other bits together. Why doesn't, oh, you've got to really get in close. I guess that also makes sense. Like, how big a yawn does a Tyrannosaurus Rex have to do? I'm just going to say, is this actually a Tyrannosaurus Rex? It does say T-Rex on the front cover. So, unless it's like some other kind of T-Rex. Timidly Rex. Terrible in the more modern form of the word Rex. Right. That's what I mean by that is that I'm pretty sure that once terrible meant something that brought terror, and now it just means not very good. So you probably misinterpret things from olden times when they said the terrible monster came, and they're like, well, they're not very good monsters. Right, so we've done this bit. How come this looks longer? So that's actually, I've got to put the tail on. How does this fit together? What? No, there's two little holes. This doesn't look very strong. It does clip together kind of okay. It feels alright. This head's a bit wobbly. I'm sure that's the way it is. At the museum itself. So little kids looking up saying, "Mummy, that head's real wobbly," in that exact kind of talk. So I'm confused here. Okay, so this is the pelvic region. So that must go back somehow. So this thing is going to fit in here. There's quite a few little holes, but they're like, oh, I've got it. Okay, there's actually two sets of holes, but there's one for each. So which one goes first and which one goes second? I think that one goes. I think they should have the holes different sizes, but well, they are spaced differently. Right. So they really have thought this one out. Okay, there are little holes in there. There's two there, there's two there, but they're spaced slightly differently, so that you can work out which ones are the correct holes. I think it's not actually going in. It's going in. It's gone in. It's in. And so hopefully this one matches up with those two holes. And it kind of does, but it matches up better with the other two holes. Wait, no it doesn't. No, it's fine. No, it... Alright. Okay, that's good enough. It's got those two things there. It's probably going to tell me I should have put the arms on first, but that's not going to happen. So this is the leg. This is how your insides of your legs work. You have a big bone that goes across like this. That's not how your bone. I'm pretty sure that's not how the insides. That does not look very secure. Like I've done something. I think I should have done them the other way around. Okay, we'll take those two. No. I had it right the first time. Those do not meet up. Okay, they don't clip in particularly well. I'm going to say doesn't look alright. I don't care at the moment because I just want to get this out of the way. I didn't spend like much money on this at all. Like a little amount of money, a little tiny bit. I think the legs go this way because otherwise it will look a bit dorky. Like if it went that way, actually, obviously it doesn't go that way. Because they've got their feet. They do have very chicken-like feet. So why do people not think they were not birds in the first place, or they're related to birds, and not terrible lizards? That's the other thing, isn't that what dinosaur means, terrible lizard? But I guess that's the word people use. No, there are two bones here. Nowadays, how is this supposed to work? Like, honestly, have no idea what's going on. Oh, okay. So, there are two legs, and they've got two little bone things here that stick out that I don't think are real. I could be wrong, of course. I'm no bonologist. Why doesn't it go in there? Go in there. Don't understand what's supposed to happen. Oh, they go like that. I think they go like that. So then they clip into place. So that's how your bones work. So when you go to the doctor and they don't fit properly again, and they tell you that's not how your bones work, they're lying to you. So you don't trust what they say. Then we're going to go here, and then we're going to put this little bone. This one looks like the easiest of the lot, and I may have spoken too soon because there it's gone in. This doesn't look right at all. Like, this bone is attached to the ribs of this dinosaur. That surely cannot be how dinosaur bones work. I'm pretty sure that's not how my bones work. In all seriousness. Okay, there we go. So does it stand, like, looking at the picture, it looks like it's going to stand up. So can we get this thing to stand up? Well, we can get these legs to move. And then we're going to sit like this. It's not going to look so good. Well, no, they're kind of standing up. I think you have to move them slightly forward. And they do look kind of neat, like that. You can't see it, but they look like this. And then they move their head. So, is that worth whatever you... I mean, I'm assuming that... Is this really from the Smithsonian? Because, you know, it's teaching you science, technology, engineering, and math. So it's not teaching you any technology, and it's not teaching you engineering. Other than the fact of how to make a plastic thing that doesn't fall over straight away. And it's not really teaching you any math, unless you sat there and counted them and went, well, there's one on this side, and I can work out the total number of ribs by knocking the little thing off the camera. Well, that's going to come across terribly, isn't it? By counting the ribs and then multiplying by 2 to get the total number of ribs, which no one's going to do. So obviously it's not teaching you any math, so it must be teaching you science. And it's not teaching you science either, but it's teaching you model making. So I guess that's engineering. Yeah. Anyway, that was quite fun. Yes, I was just saying, I'm assuming this is the kind of thing that you get at the gift shop when you're leaving the Smithsonian. And you're like, well, I just saw lots of cool things. I don't even know what's really there. And so I'm going to get me a dinosaur, and that's going to make me remember this whole experience. And it's not, because that's ridiculous. So But maybe it's just branded that way. I mean, really the scientists who work for the Smithsonian, the people who create all their collection, sit there and secretly groan and wonder what has happened to their prestigious organization with such a esteemed history. Well, I don't know. But I do know that dinosaurs are cool, and that's all we need to know. So thanks for watching, and I will come back with a more serious video when I have a bit more time, or when I finish doing what I'm doing, which is for a big video about stuff. But it's for my other channel, so sorry. But I'll show it here at some point. Cool. So thanks for watching, and like, share, and subscribe.